Hey, what is up, you guys? I wanted to talk a little bit about some stuff that are going on and things that have happened. If you noticed, I've changed the channel's name. This channel will now be presented as that reactor with one leg. Why is that? I am a amputee. If you guys did not know that, for most of the people who are new and probably haven't seen the older videos, I am an amputee. About 5 years ago, I had a tumor in my foot, and no one really wanted to take care of it and touch it, and I went to multiple doctors to check it out, and no one wanted to touch it, and it grew by years on. I had it for about 4 years until until last year, and I've been an amputee for about a year, exactly a year actually, because when I had gotten the surgery to get amputated, it was on October 5th. I just remember everything that happened, and I have video footage of me when I got the amputee and was doing PT, and I have videos and photos of everything that had happened from when my knee was small to how it all happened. So today I was thinking, let's go through all of that. I haven't really seen much of these photos of my surgery, which I do have, which is a warning and a disclaimer because it is super graphic. It is inside of my leg, and I just want to give you a disclaimer on that, and excuse the background noise. It's super hot in LA right now. It's like about 80 something degrees, and I have the AC on behind me, and sorry about that. I'll try to put some background music or something so that way it doesn't you don't hear the AC that much. But yeah, today I wanted to go through how I became an amputee and why I'm an amputee now. So when this all happened, this is the first photo that I had seen actually, of them taking a photo of my leg. When they had done this, it was, let me hold the mic actually because I want it to sound better. The first time that they had done this, it was about maybe 3 years ago, and I just really was in a bunch of pain. I think this was probably this was probably in like USC or somewhere around there, and I just really had a bad feeling in my leg. This was when it was growing. Let's talk about the story about how this all happened. So this happened like 5 years ago. I had a sharp pain on my right leg around the knee area, and I couldn't bend my leg, and I didn't really do anything about it. My mom, she said, let's get you like those icy hot creams, those icy hot roll creams. I'll put a picture right here so you guys know what it is. And she said if the pain goes away, then we won't go to the doctors or anything. And I'm like, alright then, let's go, let's do it. So we got it, I rolled it on, and my pain went away. It didn't hurt or anything, and so we didn't do nothing about it. And eventually we found out obviously it was a tumor, and I didn't know about that at the time, and I just let everything go, and my knee was starting to grow. The tumor was starting to grow, so my knee was obviously growing, and I started feeling pain, but I like brushed it off. It wasn't very noticeable until like 2 years later when it started to actually really grow, and my wife noticed that it was growing, and so later on it got bad to where I was limping, and she's like, that's enough, we're going to the hospital. And so we started going to the hospitals and doctors. We went to UCLA, somewhere in Santa Monica, and they didn't really do anything. They gave me an x-ray. I remember this is like the next photo of it. This is the next photo of it. It was just very this was at UCLA when this had all happened, and it was very, like, you could see how big it got, and it was just extremely painful, and I just couldn't really walk. Eventually I needed crutches because I couldn't even bear to walk on it anymore, and it was just really bad. And UCLA, they just took a look at it, and they're like, it's nothing cancerous, we're not gonna do anything about it, here's some pain medication. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, you see this big ass bump on my leg, excuse the boots by the way. But yeah, I'm just like, are you guys serious? Like, I have a big ass bump on my knee, and you guys aren't gonna do anything about it. Like, come on, like, what's going on, you know? And time went on. Well, actually, yeah, time went on, and we just kept going and going, and it was like going on forever. The last time that I was really able to walk well was last year of March was like the best I was able to walk. Because the last event that I went to was the Game Grumps garage sale. That was the last time I was able to walk without crutches, without it hurting me. But yeah, so time went on, and I got married, and that was 2 years ago, October. And then I had gotten 2 jobs. When I got 2 jobs, it was a lot of hard labor because I was a busser in Dave & Buster's, and I was a dishwasher in AMC Theater. But the thing is, as being a dishwasher, there was extra things that I needed to do, which was unloading a bunch of stock work, which like all the supplies and stuff, the stuff that were in the fridge, freezer, and stuff like that. And eventually the cold messed up my leg even more, and it grew quicker, and there was only stairs to take stuff upstairs. So imagine all that on the freaking tumored leg. The tumor got aggressive and it grew huge. The next photo, it shows how big it got. It got bigger. By time I got into the hospital for my for the first surgery, it was huge. I have a picture on that too. That's later on. But this was by the time I was gonna go into my first surgery, which was a biopsy, just to see what it could possibly be. And so yeah, but working those 2 jobs, it made my tumor get more aggressive, and I couldn't walk anymore. I had to end up leaving both of my jobs. My wife got pregnant, and so we went to the Venice Family Clinic, and I saw how they were treating her. They were working on everything right away, and that's what I wanted, was people who get right to the point, and they were doing that. So I just wanted that, and I switched my insurance to the Venice Family Clinic. They sent me somewhere to downtown immediately. They took x-rays. They didn't know what it was. They were an orthopedic specialist, and they didn't know what it was, so they sent me to orthopedic surgeon who knew more about it. And so he took care of me in about 4 months. We did like x-rays, MRIs, stuff like that. It led up to being like 4 months. And we did the biopsy, and as you can tell, the tumor started growing, and it ended up growing more and more, and it eventually started leaking out of where the biopsy was. And my god, it was just so fucking disgusting. It got worse. And so my surgeon saw it, and he's all the guy who did surgery on me was like, okay, that's it. Next week we gotta do the surgery because it's starting to leak out of the biopsy, and it was just really bad. These photos right here of when I'm in the hospital are photos of me prior and before the whole thing. These are photos of me before my second surgery, which was to get rid of the tumor, and also to fix my knee. So what he wanted to do was to take out the tumor and get rid of the loose skin that was on my right side. And I had a lot of not stitches, but I had a lot of staples. It was basically from my knee all the way down to the bottom of my thigh, if I'm correct. I mean to the bottom of my ankle. We had went to the hospital. This was like about 6 a.m. somewhere on there, because he does morning operations, and we just went straight for it. You could see how big it was. We put a bandage on it, and the freaking tumor was trying to stick out of the the bandage, and it was just getting worse. This is the, you can see how big the tumor was. It was about 25 by 25 inches, somewhere around there, and the tumor was sticking out of the biopsy scar. And this was the last image I remember before actually going into surgery. And I also have photos of the surgery as well, which we're gonna get into in a little bit. So again, if you're very squeamish to things like this, like I am, I'm just only doing this because I want to explain the story of everything that had happened. So we're just gonna go through this at the same time. My stomach's getting a little, but I'll get through it. This was the last image my wife took before I went into surgery. I just remember it. She was already getting morning sickness because, again, she was pregnant at this time. It was September 16th, 2016 is when this photo happened. I went in for that surgery, and I was in the hospital for maybe about, I want to say 3 weeks. Maybe 3 weeks until, maybe 3 weeks until September the 3rd, and then, or September the 4th, and then we had a follow-up the next day, which was a Monday. Oh no, until October the 3rd is when I got out, and I had an appointment the next day, and then after that he wanted, which was a Friday, and then after that they found out what was the tumor, which was osteosarcoma or something like that. This is every image from the surgery that had happened. This was okay. So how everything was with my knee, I couldn't bend it I couldn't make it forward anymore. It was like this pretty much the whole time. Like if it was anchored in, my foot was sticking in, and my knee was sticking forward as well, and so I couldn't make it straight anymore. And I guess eventually what they did was they made it straight, and the tumor looks bigger than it was when my knee was like this, and it was just very nasty to look at. I'm guessing, oh man, oh, this is my knee off. This is like when they took off the whole tumor. It was huge. You can see me in the background. This was, again, like prior. Okay, I was out of the hospital by September 30th. Now that I'm seeing these images, because we went into the hospital the next day, which was October 1st, which was my follow-up appointment, and after that we went in a Monday after the next week, when they had told me it was cancer. Man, just looking at this is them just taking off my knee. It's so crazy to look at. Man, you can see the bone right there. They already took out the knee. Man, oof! Look at the bone, man. Okay, so let me explain what they did, because you're seeing that the knee is gone. Okay, so I'll leave it right here for a little while. You can see that the knee is gone. So what they had did is they had taken a big graft from, thank God I have thick ass thighs, or else I don't know where they would have taken the meat from. They took a big chunk of my thigh and they put it on my right knee, and so just to replace the skin and the meat for my knee. And so I have a big scar on my left thigh, and that was another healing process too, because I had to have a vacuum on it so that it could suction it up and keep it clean, and so it can heal properly. And then after that they would take a skin graft and put it onto my right side as well, which they did from my right ankle. they took that off, and then they put that on my thigh. So what happened was, yeah, I was just healing the whole time. This is the vacuum that they had to put onto my thigh from the chunks that they taken off. This was the worst pain. This was worse than the knee surgery, because every 2 days, I believe, they had to change the seal. And I'm a hairy dude, so the tape was stuck to my leg hair all the damn time, and it just hurt like hell, them pulling it. And also, there's a point in my thigh where, like, you put pressure on it, even now, like, you put pressure on it and it hurts. So when they would pull the tape off with everything with the sponge that was on it, it would hurt like hell. Like, that would be the worst part, and it was just so bad, man. And then let's see. This is my leg when it was healing. The yellow tape on it is where some of the staples are. The staples would go all the way from where the tape is all the way. Okay, so it would be from where the tape is all the way down here. That's all the way where it was. Oh, and I forgot about these. This would suck up all the dirty blood, I guess, and everything else that didn't go with it. I remember going home with this whole process, and I remember it would get stuck on the brace that I had to put on, and it would fucking pull it, and it would hurt like hell. I just couldn't take that pain. It was so bad. I just remember how bad it was. This is more of how the vacuum looks. You can see how everything looked before it got to heal. I'll show the healing process of how everything looks on my thigh right after this video ends. Went back to the doctor at October the 1st, and they had told me that the tumor was actually osteosarcoma, and the best thing to do would be to amputate it. The first option for my second surgery before all this was to get it amputated, just in case if it was cancerous, but I refused to do it because I had a daughter on the way, and I wanted to be able to do certain things with her. And eventually they just told me it was osteosarcoma, and it's just best to amputate it. So we went for it. We just went for the surgery, and I got amputated. Now this was something. This was a procedure. I already was emotionally ready for it. I already thought of the outcomes that can happen. I already went for it. It was hard at first. I remember my wife was all like, "Why aren't you freaking out? Why aren't you freaking out?" Because honestly, I always think of the positives. I never try to stay so negative, because I think of the future and I think of what I can do. Doing this surgery made me stay alive. All I had to do was get amputated and do about 4 months of chemo. Let me see, hold on. I did chemo November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 6 months of chemo, and I got cured. And honestly, if I didn't get the amputation, I would probably have to do chemo and radiation, and I'd still be on it right now. But I decided just to get the amputation because I already knew that I was going to get a prosthetic. So I just went for it. This is above knee, actually, too, an above knee amputation. So I'm kind of getting used to my leg finally, but I've been going through so much with just all of it. I also want to give a special thank you to my physical therapist. Her name is Jen. She helped me so much through the surgeries, and she was there for both of them. I asked for her for the amputated one, but she was there for me for this one. She was there for me with this one, and she helped me out so much. Like, she was there the whole time. She was patient with me. The first day, because I woke up. Actually, that's a story I need to tell you. The surgery, the second surgery, that one took about 18 hours. That surgery took 18 hours. Why? Because they had to get rid of the tumor, which took 2 hours. Then after that, I had to do plastic surgery. He had to take the skin graft, put it on my right side, and work on it. By the time I woke up in ICU. I wasn't close to dying or anything, but they wanted me in ICU because of how long the surgery took. I woke up at 2 a.m. because they had to switch me from one bed to the next one. When they shifted me from that bed from the surgery bed to the bed that I was going to be staying in, this is after ICU. I took this picture a couple days after when I got out because they took off the cast and I was able to look at it. But they had me in ICU for about a week, and man, it was just so bad because they were shifting me and moving me around, and every time I moved, it was just so painful. They had to switch my blankets, my sheeting, and my sheets and everything. It was just so painful. The bath, they had to like not give me a bath, but they had to scrub me down with clean wipes every day. I'm just like, just let me rest. But they were doing it for the best intentions. But yeah, that was a 18-hour surgery or somewhere around there. It was just very long. I remember my plastic surgeon saw me, and it was I thank him so much for helping me. And then after that, like when I got the amputation and I saw him, and he saw me with the amputated leg, he doesn't look at me the same way, because I don't know if he feels upset about, not upset like mad, but like upset that I couldn't keep my leg, because when I saw him, he just looked straight down like if he was upset. And honestly, still no matter what, I thank you no matter what, because if not for you, I would not be okay. I would probably not be here anymore. There wouldn't be an option for me to do the second procedure. So I still thank you no matter what, and you've helped me out so much with it. Let's get back to this. The amputation took a while. It hurt like hell when I woke up, because I woke up not in the surgery room, but I woke up immediately after the surgery. I was waiting to be sent to my next room, and I woke up in a sharp pain. They put the vacuum beds, or the air beds, and every time they would put air in it, it would put me like in a certain position, so that way I wouldn't feel pain. It helped out a little bit. They gave me nerve blockers through an epidural. The nerve blockers did not work at first. It took maybe like 20 minutes after I got in my room, because my wife came in and I was like in so much pain, and the nerve blockers did not help at first. It was just so painful, I couldn't stand it. They had to soup me up on extra medications so that way I wouldn't feel the pain anymore. And yeah, it was just very bad. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, hit the like button. Actually, I don't even care. You don't even need to hit the like button. Just stay positive and move forward, please. I'll see you guys later. Bye.